Hi friends, welcome to Only English Literature channel. So today we are going to talk about the themes in Purple Hibiscus. If you haven't watched the video on the summary and the symbolisms of this novel, then click on this I button and watch the full video. So let's start with the themes. First is colonialism. The theme of colonialism is the foremost theme in Purple Hibiscus. As the setting of the novel is in Nigeria and we know about the colonization of the whites on black. It was under colonization for over 150 years and it only became independent in 1960. Papa is often described as colonial product as he believes that white people do everything better and he wants everything in his life to be western and modern, though living in Nigeria. He avoids speaking in native language, rather he uses a British accent while speaking in English. And he urged to his children to speak in English every time. Religion. Religion is central in the novel. Papa, who is befriended with a white priest, Father Benedict, imposes his dictation on his family and ends up committing great sins. Some of his weird rules have nearly no connection with religion, but still he follows and implies them on his family, like Kambili and Mama are not allowed to wear pants, women have to fast even during her periods, and non-Christians are not allowed into Papa's land. His own father, Papa Nuku's name is not even allowed to be taken at his home, as he still follows traditional Igbo rituals. Auntie Ifeoma is a blend of both of the father-son traditions, as she is a Catholic as well as she sings Igbo songs merrily. Ifeoma's priest is also a light-hearted, friendly young man named Father Amadi, who is not so strict on rules and morality. Conflict between freedom and tyranny. Papa Eugene believes to be free from the corruption happening in Nigeria, so he and Ed Coker represent freedom into the press that protests against the censorship and corruption of the head of state. Though Papa bravely standing against the corruption and mishappenings in Nigeria, he acts as a tyrant on his family, Mama, Kambili and Jaja. He literally tortures them for minute things. In the family, he acts as a controller. He represents a tyrant dictator. He schedules his children's timetable, how to live, how to study, when to study, where they can go, and forces them to drink from his hot tea, which burn their tongues. Children understand real freedom when they visit Auntie Ifeoma's house. Gradually, they speak from their heart because there were no one who was restricting them to do what they like. Kamili and Jaja start feeling more rebellious and independent. However, as we see at the end of the novel, how Mama slow poisons Eugene to come out of his tyranny in order to get freedom. Jaja takes the charge upon himself. Again, the cycle of freedom and oppression continues in the novel. Violence. Violence, which is present in almost every chapter of the novel. The first is the brutal colonialism by the Europeans, which led to corruption and violence on the Nigerian government. The head of the state tries to oppress the press for not publishing the truth of Nigeria, but ultimately the oppressed had to die like Ed Coker. Auntie Ifeoma is a university professor. She too tried to shed light on Nigeria's plight, but her mouth was shut down by them. Ransacking her apartment, finally she migrated with her children to America. Papa has his own kind of violence in his house. He beats and whips Kambili, pours boiling water on Jaja and Kambili's feet. These multiple events of violence lead to another violence. Mama poisons Papa and murders him. Violence is not a way to get freedom. It only produces more violence.